In America, just 4 days before the 2004 presidential election, a videotape of Osama bin Laden was played on the news channels. This was a very important election in American history. The candidates for the election, George Bush and John Kerry, both promised to take revenge on Osama bin Laden's 9/11 attacks as soon as he came to power. In this videotape played on Al Jazeera, Osama bin Laden could be seen in a very healthy condition, which was more directly accepting the responsibility of the 9/11 attacks than before. The purpose of this video recording was to show the whole world, especially America, that the world's most wanted man is feeling absolutely safe somewhere. At the same time, when Osama bin Laden's videotape had made a ruckus in America, almost every lead of the special task force created to find bin Laden at the CIA headquarters in Virginia had gone cold. This situation was very frustrating for the CIA. Because Osama bin Laden, who was singing his victory song in a way through the videotape today, was very close to catching the same bin Laden 3 years ago. Viewers, the next month after 9/11, America captured Afghanistan and pushed Al-Qaeda fighters to the eastern part of the country. Here, Al-Qaeda fighters shut themselves in the caves of Tora Bora, and the CIA thought that Osama bin Laden was also here. The American army fought a lot against Al-Qaeda in Tora Bora, but when they did not succeed, heavy airstrikes were decided. But by the time the American army won this war, bin Laden had fled from here. After the end of the war, only 20 people were caught, and the CIA lost the first golden opportunity to catch Osama bin Laden. But the CIA did not know that one of the 20 people caught from here would open the way for bin Laden to find him. This was Mohammed al-Qahtani, who was a completely new name for the CIA before being caught. He himself denied his connection to Al-Qaeda and said that he had come to Afghanistan to hunt falcons. But when the CIA recorded his fingerprint, it matched his system. Just a few weeks before 9/11, a man tried to enter the United States at Orlando International Airport. He had $2,800 cash and a one-way ticket. The customs agent did not give him permission to enter the United States, and he was sent back from there. This man was none other than al-Qahtani, who was caught from the caves of Tora Bora, whose fingerprint was already recorded in the CIA system. The CIA had another reason to connect Mohammed al-Qahtani with Al-Qaeda. Just the same day and at the same time when he tried to enter the United States, a call was made to the telephone number of Al-Qaeda in the UAE from the phone booth of Orlando Airport. Because al-Qahtani was at the airport at that time, the CIA suspects that this phone call was made by someone who had come to receive al-Qahtani at that time. In addition to the phone call, the FBI also found an unregistered car in the parking lot of Orlando Airport that day. This car was rented by Mohammed Atta. The same Mohammed Atta who crashed the American Airlines Flight 11 from the northern tower of the World Trade Center in the 9/11 attack. All these incidents had some connection with Mohammed al-Qahtani. The investigation team found that al-Qahtani also had to take part in the 9/11 attacks and hijack the United Airlines Flight 93. The flight, which could not fulfill its purpose in 9/11 and crashed in Pennsylvania when passengers were trying to regain control of the plane. After all these investigations and connections, Mohammed al-Qahtani was interrogated again, and this time he made his connection with Al-Qaeda. 3 months later, in March 2002, another member of Al-Qaeda named Abu Zubaydah was arrested, who worked to deliver different goods to the group. He helped the CIA arrest Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and was arrested a year later. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was the commander of Al-Qaeda, who had planned the 9/11 attacks. Mohammed al-Qahtani told the CIA that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed introduced him to a person who was a new name for the CIA. Abu Ahmed al-Qaeda, who had trained Qahtani. All this information was helping the CIA to understand the structure of Al-Qaeda, but it was not enough to reach Osama bin Laden. The CIA did its best, but after reaching Osama bin Laden, there was no information about him. His family members were also kept an eye on, but no one had any contact with bin Laden. The CIA only knew that bin Laden was sending messages from wherever he was. In the coming years, Osama bin Laden's audio tapes were released and it was understood that he was only in contact with the leadership of Al-Qaeda. Now the CIA's strategy was to find Al-Qaeda's courier network. The network of people who take messages from Osama bin Laden and send them to the other leaders of Al-Qaeda. In January 2004, the Kurdish security forces arrested a man named Hassan Gul, who received a letter from Osama bin Laden. Hassan Gul was handed over to the CIA, where he revealed a very important secret during the interrogation. He said that Abu Ahmed al-Qaeda is bin Laden's personal courier. Yes, the same Abu Ahmed who also trained Muhammad al-Qahtani. Now, as the entire focus of the investigation shifts towards Abu Ahmed, the investigation team began to get different information about his character in Al-Qaeda. According to Hassan Gul, Abu Ahmed had a very big character. While Khalid Sheikh Mohammed said that Abu Ahmed is not a big character, but he is a retired member. Next year, in May 2005, Abu Faraj al-Libi was also arrested. He was the commander of Al-Qaeda after Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. He also denied Abu Ahmed's big character. All the members of Al-Qaeda that the CIA had interrogated so far had a mixed opinion about Abu Ahmed. The CIA had no solid information other than the name of Abu Ahmed al-Qaeda. And the funny thing is that it was not even his real name. Its name meant Ahmed's father from Kuwait. Let me tell you here that all the information that the members of Al-Qaeda had revealed so far was not simply through interrogation, but dangerous techniques were used for it, including various types of torture. For the next 2 years, the CIA tried very hard, but neither Abu Ahmed al-Qaeda nor Osama bin Laden were found. In fact, the next information came from another secret agency. In 2007, the CIA got information about Abu Ahmed's real identity, which did not come from the CIA network. Information revealed that Abu Ahmed's real name is Ibrahim Saeed Ahmed, and he is a Pakistani whose family had shifted to Kuwait. In the last 2 years, they only knew his real name, but it was going to take a few more years to catch him. The CIA put all its focus on tracking Ibrahim Saeed, alias Abu Ahmed al-Qaeda. All calls from Kuwait and other Middle East countries to Pakistan began to be tapped, hoping that Abu Ahmed could be traced from somewhere. After monitoring hundreds of thousands of phone calls and waiting for 3 years, he finally suspected a phone call in June 2010. They were talking to each other in Arabic and Pashto, and during the conversation, the person in Pakistan said in response to a question that I am with the same people I used to be with. This was the reason why the CIA suspected that this was Abu Ahmed al-Qaeda. In addition, this person in Pakistan was trying his best to save his location from tracking. His mobile would only turn on for a few minutes and then turn off again, and it would only turn on when he was going to Peshawar. With all these actions, the investigation team was convinced that this was Abu Ahmed al-Qaeda. Therefore, its spying was now started at the ground level. For this, a Pakistani CIA agent was entrusted with this task in August 2010. First he identified Abu Ahmed in Peshawar and started following him. After many hours of driving, Abu Ahmed went to his house. The CIA had found out about Abu Ahmed's house, but this time he did not want to make any mistakes. He quietly started keeping an eye on him. Because it was Abu Ahmed who could have taken the CIA to Osama bin Laden's hideout. Even after many days, Abu Ahmed did not go to a place where bin Laden could be. That's when the CIA suspected that bin Laden was not anywhere else, but in this compound with Abu Ahmed. Of course, America was not 100% confirmed yet. But the person he had been looking for the past 10 years was probably here. Here, the job of the CIA was over and a special unit was assigned to raid this house for action. On May 1, 2011, 2 Black Hawk helicopters took off from Afghanistan's Jalalabad airfield at 11 p.m. and started heading towards bin Laden's compound in Abbottabad. This mission was quite complicated in itself. because America had not even told Pakistan about it. And secondly, bin Laden's compound was very close to the Pakistani military academy. That's why the helicopters used in this mission had secret stealth technology on them. That is, they would not be visible on Pakistani radars. This operation was planned for 40 minutes. But the Navy SEALs found and killed Osama bin Laden on the 3rd floor of the building in the first 15 minutes. The rest of the time, they started fighting bin Laden's guards. And after 38 minutes, they came out of the compound. An emergency landing of a helicopter took place on the way, because of which he was not able to take off. That's why the helicopter was destroyed first. And everyone had to go back in the same helicopter, including Osama bin Laden's body. According to US officials, Osama bin Laden's body was taken to the Arabian Sea within 24 hours with the permission of Saudi Arabia. I hope you will like and share this video. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next great video.